there's cost to everything. But one thing I did extremely well was, and I still do this well, is I over-communicate things that I think bring value to people, and I don't communicate things that I don't think bring value to people, or things that are important to me that can be owned behind the door instead of in front of the door. So I think people would be really stunned by how much family time and personal time I have.
Do you have regrets?
Of course.
What kind of regrets do you have?
You know, there's certain things that I'm not ready to talk about, but I think I'm too public of a figure to people know there's things that have happened in my life more recently and things of that nature. So of course I have regrets. I also have regrets that I think will really help people, which is that I am ready to talk about, which is no bullshit. I should have went to a couple more high school parties. No bullshit. I shouldn't have come home every weekend when I was in college and worked in the liquor store. I should have did a keg stand or two here. No bullshit. Like, I should have taken more vacations in my 20s with my buddies. You know, like I should have had a little more fun. The truth is, I'll tell you why that was all hard for me to say. They're micro regrets. These are like, yeah, they mean like these. I have nothing in my body, including some of the stuff I'm not ready to talk about, that's like, fuck, you know, like I'm in pain over this. They're just like little micro regrets. And I answer this because I want people to see a clear picture on the other side. Like, if this was me and you actually having a drink, the answer might've been no. The only reason I think I just said yes is because I think it's important for people to know, like, nobody's like, I'm just scared that I'm so happy that it seems almost like bullshit, but it's just kind of true because I always go to the same place. I'll give you an example. I think real regret is only grounded in a very small circle of the people you love. I really do. And I've put the fucking work in on the family side. It's funny. Actually, that was a really interesting segue. The fact that I can say to you no, because I've put in so much deposits on the family side, that actually, I'll give you a good one. I've got a brewing regret. My best friend in the world is Brandon Warnicki. I met him the first day of freshman year of high school. Within the first 6 months, I'm like, this guy's gonna work with me. We did baseball card shows together. I knew I was gonna build my dad's business by then. I wanted him. I fucking courted him to be in that business from sophomore year on. And he became my partner in crime along with Bobby Schifrin, my second cousin, and my dad, and we built Wine Library. Lately, I've been feeling that we have not had enough friend time one-on-one as we start going and starting to see 50, and it's something I really want to work on. I don't think there's wrong. I think somebody watching me might say, you're doing this wrong. I might watch you and say, you're doing this wrong. I gave some advice to a friend of mine, Ryan Harwood, in a pool in Miami a couple of years ago that I feel great about. I checked in once in the last 3 years, curious if he was doing it. I'm positive I'm right, but I'm not right. Because what's so interesting about we're all unique, but I have a sense of like how I roll. The amount of things that people have observed, including my mom, who's the singular person that knows me best. We share 83% DNA. That's obviously a subjective number, but like, I'm trying to paint a picture of how similar we are. Even she is remarkably, and I am so intuitive because of her, but earlier to this podcast, when I'm like, I get wrong all the time, nobody has the ability to be more right about me than my mom, and she's wrong about things. She has been wrong, she's been proven wrong. And so what that did for me, I put my mom at the highest pedestal, is, me judging Dustin or Steve, like I'm gonna be wrong all the time. I know nothing about them. So what you need to know is yourself. For me, regrets are completely grounded in, did I spend enough time with the people I love?
Did you?
I believe that above me, I absolutely have. That my parents today could go, and I used to be scared. Both my dad lost his dad at 15. I already told you about my mom. I lived in fear. Actually, we didn't get on that. That one is something I wish I popped up 20 minutes ago in this podcast. The fear of my parents dying, because both of them had a parent die at a young age, was a profound currency in my life in my first 15 years. Profound. And so I think because I'm on the other side of it, there's such heavy levels of gratitude that I got to keep them, that I'm like pumped about it. And I can tell you today as a 47-year-old man, my parents are young. I expect another good 20 years minimum, hopefully 30. They're like in their late 60s, right? I'm looking for 30. But if God forbid, I won that game in a way that a lot of people haven't. I was with my mom all the time as a kid. I was with my dad 15 to 35 all the time. I've checked that box. I mentioned Brandon. I think about other people I love like Bobby Schiffer and others that I don't spend enough time with. And then of course my kids are so young that I still want to like milk that in a significant way, but I'm sitting a hell of a lot more pretty, I think, than a lot of people, because a lot of people have also gotten into weird places with the people they love. They fought over money. They fought over an argument. They've cut people out of their lives that they actually love, but it was their own hurt. So I'm incredibly at peace. I'd like to do more, and I think all of us do.
5 years ago when we had a conversation, I asked you what your biggest fear was, and you responded with that exact answer, which was fear of losing your parents.
Yes.
This profound impact that your mother has had on you has become...
And my father, by the way, real quick. Yeah. We didn't get there.
Yeah.
My dad telling me that word is bond might be the single piece inside of me that allowed me not to be the bad version that some people think I am.
What would you consider is your biggest failure, and what did you learn from it?
Jeez. I think my biggest failure was working every minute of my 20s. And when I say every minute, I mean all of them. Like no weekends, no friends. And I think I was just too hungry. You know, like, that's why I've always liked Kobe, you know, where it's like he gets a little like, it almost feels like it's a little evil and dangerous. I'm like, I get that. Like I went too far. Balance matters. And I think I resent and regret, and I really don't, which is why I even took a pause. But I think the biggest thing I learned about that is, you know, it wouldn't have killed me to, you know, go out a couple Friday nights. So I think I'm more balanced at 43 than I was at 23. But bro, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm really trying to manifest an answer for you. It's unbelievable how much practice I have on the inability to dwell. You know, I passed on Uber twice on the angel round from one of the people that I was best friends with while investing in a bunch of other things, and that $50,000 investment would be worth $900 million. That was a mistake. You know, there's so many mistakes. I mean, like, I make a mistake every day of my life, like a lot of them. Like, especially now where I'm crippled by opportunity, like, you know, every day I'm fundamentally sure of the following sentence. Every day I'm making pretty big mistakes because I'm saying no to something that could have led to the big thing of happiness or success. I'm just not crippled by that. I just don't understand why people spend time on that. Do you mean people that are in college debt spend 80% of their downtime being resentful that they took on debt for something they've come to realize didn't bring them as much value in return? The problem is it's over. Like, I'd much rather, if they took all that time garage sailing and going to TJ Maxx and flipping, they could start chipping away at the debt.
We have time for
TJ Maxx is loaded with arbitrage. It is. You go to TJ Maxx, spend $1,000 and make $4,000 on eBay and Amazon every day of the week. But instead of making that $3,000 of putting in work, instead of watching Netflix or going to do something else, people would rather sit and complain why they pay. People would rather sit in a bar on a Friday afternoon, buy an $18 cocktail and complain that they're in college debt than do what I just said.